there's no wrong way or there's no wrong method in mounting a deer. It's just the right way of doing it. So with SureCure, I'll show y'all. It's basically, and I have put this on a little bit. Hopefully that sun's not glaring on y'all, but SureCure is exactly what it says, a liquid preservative. But this ain't something that you can just put in a spray bottle, go on the deer and start spraying all over a deer and say, boom, I put him on a mannequin, we stick him on the wall, because I promise you, when you do that, he's gonna rot. It's gonna stink. And you're gonna have issues, and your wife's gonna be getting mad, so like something stinks in the house. You're gonna have flies everywhere, just on and on and on. You're gonna have a lot of issues, and you don't want that. So, I'm gonna go through with y'all kind of the method and the way that I do it, that I have played around with, and I have found that get really good results. Now, some of this, I was taught, and some of this, I've kind of went along and experimented and done on my own. But I figured everything that I've figured out, since there's nothing out there, because you can't find anything. I promise you, you get on there and look, you're not gonna find anything. If you do find something, it's gonna be somebody talking bad about it. So, and I don't understand why. That's a whole nother thing. I just want to make a video just on that, and I probably will, just because that's who I am. But there's no sense in getting on there and bashing people for stuff. I mean, good grief, y'all. Any kind of taxidermy forum you get on, there's always somebody bashing somebody, and these are people that are just starting out. They ain't got a clue. At least they're stepping out of their comfort zone and doing stuff. And good Lord, some of them's getting out of their comfort zone of posting stuff. And y'all ain't doing nothing but bashing them. So, not y'all. The ones that's doing it know who we're talking about. But anyhow, enough of me jabbering. Let's get started. Basically what I do is skin everything. I turn all the ears, turn the mouth, turn the lips, blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't say blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're supposed to be teaching. But, SureCure, you need to get your capes clean. You need to get them thin. The thinner the cape, it's no matter, just like pickling something. The thinner it is, the better it is. So, sodium sulfate. I do not salt any of them. This right here is thawed out. It's all the white stuff you see on it. This is actually sodium sulfate. Okay. You get your deer hide fleshed. You get it turned. I pressure wash mine. When I'm saying fleshing, I take mine outside. I pressure wash everything. I spin dry it in the washing machine 2, 3, 4 times, whatever suits you, and then I will towel dry and get it completely as dry as I can get it. And then I go to sodium sulfate. Basically, it's just a powder. That's all it is. It's like salt. Pretty much does the same thing. My understanding, it's like a molecule off from being salt. But I will literally rub that on the hide, on the skin side, just like you would salt. Now, the good thing about sodium sulfate is you can take it and you can put it in the sink and you can let it sit there and do its thing for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours overnight, and come back. Or you can roll it up, bag it, put it in the freezer. It will freeze. Where salt, you can't do that. So typically what I do is I take care of all my prep work on the hide, and then I will sodium sulfate it. I'll roll it up, put it in the freezer until I'm ready to work on it. All right, so like today, I'm ready to mount it. Sit here, we're letting it thaw out completely. Now I'm fixing to wash it. I'm gonna go through the washing process with you because it's really important, because we've got to thin this hide next. We've got to go to the fleshing machine and we've got to thin it down. So you can't do that with the sodium sulfate on it because it's so slimy. It's pulled out so much moisture. It's hard to explain, but basically it does similar to salt, to where it's going to draw the moisture out, and it does drip, it drains, it pulls everything out. But sodium sulfate has all that powder, and it doesn't run off like salt does. So it kind of holds and stays, and it gets slimy. It basically pulls it all to its own little environment, I guess you'd say. But since you pressure wash the hide and everything, it's not bloody. It just has a different consistency, and I'll show that to y'all. See if I can get this unraveled here. Now this is a raw cape. Get this opened up. Alright. You see that? This is right after my daughter took this deer and we got it home. And I fleshed this thing, or I caped this thing out. Went to the pressure washer, pressure washed everything off. Sodium sulfate it, froze it, and now we've got it to here. So, first thing I like to do, throw it in the sink, and I'm going to literally wash everything off, all the sliminess, get as much of that stuff off as I can, because I'm gonna let this thing sit in a bath for about 30 minutes or so. And what I like to use is Tide Original. I was using Tide with OxyClean, but I went to the store last time, or Walmart, and I didn't have it for some reason. And I probably used too much, but I just put a scoop of it in. Put a scoop in the sink. Lysol liquid concentrate. You put about that much in, maybe sprinkle a little more, doesn't really matter. Then we're going to take regular Dawn. Yay much. And that's all I do. Every once in a while, if I had some, you can take some like odor band or something in that nature. I have used that before and sprinkled in there. You can experiment a little bit, but I ain't never really found it to be a necessity. Then all I do is mix this up. Make sure you mix it up really good. And we're basically just going to put enough water in here that it's going to cover the cake. And I'm just going to run water through this cake enough to get the majority of the rest of that sodium sulfate off of it. I'm just going to kind of halfway clean it. And then after we get it pretty much washed, after about 30 minute mark, and then we'll get ready to thin it. Alright, Yeah. And just agitate it. You can come back every 10, 15 minutes, whatever, flip it around, agitate it as much as you can. It really is going to help it out by doing that. So I always make sure I agitate it. All right. The main key to this is making sure you've got a super clean hide. I know I've got you all over the place this morning, but just bear with me. So, making sure that you've got a clean hide is going to really determine on how good of a quality your mount is. But a little information, I'm going to read the directions on this stuff, because I know some of y'all are probably going to be wondering. So on the directions, right here, see? I could just leave it like this and let y'all read it, but y'all didn't come on here to read, y'all come on here to listen and learn and watch. So, here we go. Skin out your deer head as usual. Turn ears, lips, and eyes. Flesh all red meat. Rough flesh, it says. Sodium sulfate or salt the cape thoroughly. Hang up or roll up and let drain for 2 to 3 hours. Or, if overnight, roll up and put in bottom of refrigerator. The sodium sulfate or salt will draw the moisture of the fluids from the cape. After it has drained, wash cape thoroughly. Use shampoo or some other detergent. Rinse in clear water. Make sure it is washed enough to get all sodium sulfate or salt out. Flesh cape completely. Make sure it is completely fleshed. Put Shear Cure in spray bottle and spray moderate coat on raw side of entire cape. It will absorb in a few minutes. Put a little tanning oil on the inside of the nose pad and around the eyes and mount as usual. Now, it seems like it's just that easy. And it is. But you've got to have a thin cape. There can't be no flesh on it. Get all of your flesh off of the hide. Alright, y'all, so I just want y'all to see this. I just pulled this out of the washing machine from spin drying. So y'all can tell that hair is done dry. The washing machine makes a big difference on getting them dry. But see how white that is? And this is still raw. I mean, it's still raw. But I'm going to sit here. I'm going to dry this thing up in the towel just for a minute and let it soak everything up. And then we're going to go over here to the fleshing machine. So you want to make sure that you're shaving. Now, I do everything with my fleshing machine as far as on the face, except for a couple of things. Like I'll come back on the lip line, which you can see I've already got it pretty thin. I'll come back and do the rest of this with a scalpel, just because it's getting down to the nitty gritty and I really don't want to cut myself. But you want to make sure. Now some of this is going to have a little bit of blood coloring to it, but you can see the hair follicles right there, the little black specks and stuff. And then of course all these are your whisker butts. You are going to cut some, You want to be careful and don't cut them all, or you're not going to have any whiskers on him. That's just the nature of the beast. But I slowly just go through and get what I can with this on these close spots on the face. And like I can tell right now that my fleshing machine is starting to get a little dull. My blade is anyhow. So I may have to sharpen it. You have to be extremely careful doing this on this lip line because it will cut plumb through it. But the key to this is getting it thin. I guess you can see, you should be able to see this, you can actually see the coloration. I'm getting down to them hair follicles. But that's the difference. You want to make sure you get thin and having a clean cape. I mean, y'all can already tell by looking at this cape and me to tell you it's still raw right now, other than having sodium sulfate on it, would blow some people's mind. So it really is just how you take care of it, and how you take care of it is going to result in, you know, being successful with it. So and some people are wondering like how thin you need to actually get them. Me personally, if you get these things thin around the eye, it's got a little bit of nits and bits all over it, but if you get this thing thin around the eye and around the nose, your shrinkage is going to be very small. So that's, to me, that's the important areas. I try to get the face as thin as I can get it, and around your sew lines. Basically, the midsection of the neck up to the face is what I'm going to focus on the most. Everything else is already fairly thin enough, but you still need to hit it just to clean it up and get an even shave. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of how much stretch you can get. This was a 16-inch neck on this deer. Alright, you can see I've just laid it down. It's staying. I haven't stretched the piss out of it or nothing like that. There's my edge of my hide. So we're going to go right there, straight across, and you can see it's at 9 inches. So that's 18 inches. This was a 16. So I've gained 2 inches off of that already. All right, y'all. So now that we've got him fleshed, or thinned, I should say, got everything thin, now it's time to spray. Got everything wiped off of him, and all we're going to do is spray a liberal coat all on him. And you can watch this thing, it's going to turn. You're going to see some of this pink stuff or purple stuff turn to a real light color, and you may not be able to, it may be kind of hard on camera, but I can tell you now that it just changes colors all together. Everything starts lightening up. And I would wear gloves doing this. I'm kind of a goofball and don't do it, so. I'm just going to make sure it's coated 100%. There's a lot of extra cape on this one too, but I go ahead and spray it all. And once you got it all covered, all I do is take it. If you want to, you can wring your neck out a little bit, but I'll take it and hang it up until I'm ready to mount it. So I'll do like my prep work or whatever I need to do to my form, but that's just going to give it enough time for that shear cure and stuff to soak in, and it's going to tack up, and you'll be able to tell it. You'll come over here and you'll feel it, and it won't be as wet. It's going to soak all that moisture up, and then we can mount it. Gotta mix this epoxy up good. I actually mixed a little too much, but I'm gonna use it around the antler bases. That'll kind of help lock everything in. But I like misting a little water on it to mix it. Just helps. All right. See what we can do here. I definitely mixed too much. Oh well. We'll use it somewhere. I actually got a bad spot in the form. Use it in it. Yeah. Ah. Other than getting glue everywhere, dadgummit. But that's part of it. I just like to take the rest of my epoxy that I got left over. You go on the bottom side of your burrs, and that kind of helps you, helps your skin and everything when you cinch it down when you're stitching. Kind of gives you something there. and it'll bond to it. They just hold a lot better than clay. My clay. I like to take like the carnarcle or croncula or whatever you want to call it in the corner of the eye. I typically leave it out because I lay my eyes. I don't tuck, so I'll leave a little bit of that, and I'll stick this pin right in here and shove it right in the corner of the eye. That kind of just gives me my, basically where my skin and stuff don't move around. I can set my eye. I stitch around my burrs and stuff up to my Y cut. I do that first just so none of this moves around, and you can see my ears are all floppy. So I like to go around my antler burrs first with my stitching, and I'll come in, I'll set the corner of my eyes, then I'll come in, I'll go ahead and I'll get my general shape of my skin all the way around, and I'm going to tuck my tear duct. If you get the corner of your eye and get your tear duct set, I'm going to go ahead and get that tear duct in place, get it mashed in. The rest of your eye and everything will go good. Or at least it does for me anyhow. That's what I found. And I put just a little bit of epoxy over that, mashing it, filling it all in. Give me a full tear duct. And I'm just going to go in and place all my skin where it goes. If you do that, your skin pretty much lays exactly where it needs. I find that it does. Typically don't ever have many issues with mine. Now that I'm, doing that way. On your skin, you can kind of clean it up, get your hairs and everything in place. You can smooth out the wrinkles. And I like taking just a regular pen, just an inset pen, and that's what I create my eyelids with. do a big eyelid. Deer don't have them. Not from what I've seen in reference. And then you'll just come back with your brush, put everything kind of back in place. Back brush a little bit, get your hairs cleaned out. Alright, now we just got a grooming. And this thing's ready to dry. I believe my daughter's gonna be excited about this. I hope she is anyhow. I'm sure she will. It's just a memory that we'll never forget for sure. But guys, there's nothing to this. Definitely wouldn't be afraid of it, but you do need to make sure that you're getting your hides clean, getting them thin, getting rid of all the red meat and fat. You've got to get them thin. I mean, no doubt. Or this stuff you're not gonna have a good luck with it. Not saying that this is something you gotta do, nothing like that. I just know that it's out there to do, and there's nothing out there for it. So I figured I'd get on here and put a little bit of something on there for people that may be interested in it to get on and at least get a little bit of knowledge of it. So guys, maybe this helped. If you have any questions, just go down in the comments section down below. Leave a comment, and I'll try my best to answer them. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I ask if you please do. It helps me out. Helps me out a lot. I'm trying to build this channel. I've not really said this on here, but I'm actually trying to build the channel to inspire people to kind of go out their comfort zone and just go do something that you want to do. Like me, for instance, I've got into this to do it as a full-time job just so I can go do things I want to do. And that's what's happened. I'm able to go hunt when I want. I'm able to go fish when I want. I'm able to just sit in the house when I want. I'm not punching a time clock when everybody else is having to do that. I feel like our days, our time is numbered on this earth, and I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to punch a time clock. I don't want somebody to tell me you can or can't do something. So I encourage everybody. I want to teach. I want to help people out. Maybe this will help you. If not, let me know what might help you. Maybe I can help you out. But anyhow, guys, like the video, share it, comment, subscribe, all them good things. Let me know what you might want to see next. Let me know if this helps you. But in the meantime, y'all keep at it. And we'll see y'all on the next one.